What's up, Amazon sellers? Are you looking to smash your business in August? Well, if you are, listen to what I'm doing and see if you can copy anything that I am doing. Stay tuned because I'm going to share all with you. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years doing online arbitrage within the UK and most recently in the USA as well. Now, enough about me. What are we going to go through today? Well, first things first, number one, I'm going to go through a recap of my plans for July and obviously what happened. Number two, I'll go through my plans for August. I'll tell you about what I'm doing. And then finally, number three, I'm going to share some top tips with you for successful planning that you too can use in August 2021. Let's get started. So first things first, what did I plan to do in July and what happened? Let's give you a recap of my plans for July. So first things first, in July, I talked about the continuation of our, should we say, new business model, which was the result of the restocking limits or restocking issues with Amazon's. So what have we done? Basically, we focused on velocity of sales. And now that we've seen as a result of doing this, we've been able to increase our spend. Why? Well, because before the highest spend that we could achieve was probably about £20,000 in 1 week. But now we've managed to reach £30,000 in 1 week. And you know what? Last week, my purchasing team managed to break or make £44,000 spend in 1 week on deals, which is absolutely amazing. Now, since we've got this Amazon loan, it just gave us the opportunity to spend more, i.e. more money, spend. And with the new business model, our sources have found it easier to find deals. Why? Well, because quite simply, what we've done is lowered our ROI criteria. Now, before, when we were sourcing, we were generally looking for the standard 30% ROI. But now that we've got more money that we can invest, we're now happy to accept 20% ROI deals and obviously buy them and sell them. So that's allowed my team to, should we say, submit more deals. And as a result, the money is rotating much faster. And obviously now, due to faster selling deals as well. So it just means we're doing more and more volume. Now, so for me, what does that mean? It's 20% ROI deals that we're looking for. And what I say, we've got the money, so might as well spend it. And hey, we've got the money. So that is the new business model we're doing now. Now, in addition to that, I mentioned that we were testing, should we say, a new repricer, which is going to assist us on the pricing strategy. So we're currently using or testing, should we say, Seller Toolkit's repricer. And so far, we're really liking the product. Why? Well, because quite simply, the repricer that we were using before was a bit time consuming in our operation, in our setup, and my purchasing manager had to go through and check our prices daily and fix errors in our integration, should we say, in the way our processes were working. Now, not only that, my team had to, should we say, update files on the repricer every single day. But after using Seller Toolkit, the one thing that we've seen is that it's just working. Now, one of the big issues we had before is that we had a lot of stock over 90 days old. It just wasn't selling. And while we did try and use a repricer, there were just problems in our setup. But now Seller Toolkit is just solving that problem really well. And we're seeing the total volume of stock over 90 days old reduce down. Now, this isn't to say that my old repricer was bad. It was probably more to say that my processes around it were just not working. And so for me, in summary, what do I say? I really recommend Seller Toolkit as a product. Why? Because it's so easy to use with a simple interface, and also as well, if you are a new seller who wants to invest in a repricer, Seller Toolkit is going to really help you out and be a great start. What I'll do is I'll drop a link down below to an affiliate link that I have whereby you can get an extended trial of Seller Toolkit. Trust me, I'd really recommend it. Now, in addition to this, what we've also been doing is having an additional meeting on our Fridays. Now, this is to strengthen the communication with our teams. Now, we are not just talking about, suggestions and issues at work, but we're also talking about personal issues like, slow internet, because right now the Philippines have really been struggling with bad weather and my VAs have been having trouble, coming to work with a stable internet connection. Now, that being the case, we're all aware that this is not the VA being unresponsive, but it's actually a problem with their internet connection. So that additional meeting is helping us to answer the questions that maybe why they're not being responsive or what's going on with the deal situation. Now, in conclusion to this, what do I say? Communication is key, and having this additional team meeting has really strengthened our bond as a team. And since we just don't focus on the work, but also the personal side, which I think is a real valuable thing that we should always be thinking about when running teams. Now, I also highlighted in my plans for July for my team to, should we say, work smarter, not harder. Hence, they should be working less hours, but also aiming for a bigger spend using more of that money. Now, back in July, I said that they were working, smarter, not harder. So every meeting, what I was doing is I was asking my purchasing manager and my purchasing assistant how many hours they were working. And usually they were working 8 hours, but there were times when, should we say, they were working overtime, like every Friday, because some of the follow-up tasks. Now, the short answer is my team are working smarter now, which is reflected in our new business model. Our spend is increasing, and what's happening is our sources are submitting more deals so that we can buy because of the new sourcing criteria that I mentioned earlier. And as a result, that's really changed our game plan and upped the amount of money we can spend. Now, furthermore, we also aim to improve our IPI score. And you say my team are still practicing some top tips or implementing some top tips that Sean Gilbert gave to us. So big shout out to Sean Gilbert. Thank you so much. Now, things that he kind of recommended that we're trying right now is like deleting listings of slow selling products once it's out of stock, and then also removing it from FBA, changing the FBA to FBM. And so far we've seen an increase in our IPI, which we say it went from 537 up to like, I think it was 566. It's not huge, but it is certainly a step in the right direction. Now, what I will say is that I've observed that also that our restock score for the IPI is in red, but my VA has also contacted Amazon about, she said, this problem, and Amazon responded to say that it doesn't really affect your IPI score, which is a bit confusing considering our restock limit falls under the IPI score, and we're not that high, but everything else is pretty green. That's the only red one, and we're not amazingly high. So I don't know. But long story short, we're continuing to work on our IPI score and just improve it. Quick question for you guys. I've just shared some of what happened in July, looking back and reflecting. What were your plans for July? Did you manage to get it solved? Did you manage to achieve them? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know in the comments down below if you achieved your goals for July. Right, that leads me nicely on to number 2, my plans for August 2021. So first things first, look, I'm gonna begin with my plans in August for Amazon UK. Now, if you don't know, I'm running 2 businesses, UK and USA, so I'll start UK and then I'll talk about USA afterwards. So, for this month, what I'm planning to do, well, I'm planning to hire another sourcing VA. But before I elaborate further on this, what I'll do, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. So, I talked about, should we say, my first 6 weeks selling on Amazon, some 4 years ago, should we say. And previously, I was doing a model of wholesale, i.e. buying from wholesale distributors, should we say, and even manufacturers sometimes, and directly reselling those products on Amazon. Now, although I had a bad experience in this model whereby I was selling IT products, why? Because the margins were quite thin and I just wasn't making enough money. What I did is I changed from wholesale over to online arbitrage. Now going forward, I have another plan, should we say, for the month of August, to go back out there and start looking at the wholesale business model again. So what am I going to be doing? Well, I'm going to be hiring another sourcing VA who is going to be focusing on wholesale. Now, he or she, they're going to be responsible for contacting wholesalers, requesting quotes, analyzing products, etc., etc. Now, you might be asking, hey Tom, why are you doing this? You do online arbitrage. Well, considering that we accepted an Amazon loan, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we can use all of that money. Hence why we want to make sure we're increasing our spending. Now, currently, we've probably got about every week at least £50,000 left in the bank account of that Amazon loan that we're just struggling to spend. Even when my team is spending like 44,000 a week, 50,000, still can't spend. So on our part, what we want to do is just make sure we can spend that money to achieve turning it. And as a result, we're going to get a sourcing VA, which is going to focus on wholesale and start buying from wholesalers in large quantities to make use of that £50,000. As I said before, if you've got the money, you might as well spend it. And hey, I want to get spending it. Now, aside from hiring a sourcing VA, I'll also look at hiring another admin assistant, obviously for my Amazon UK business, who is basically going to accompany or support my existing admin VA to lessen her tasks. And quite simply, she is going to be responsible for, also documenting how to train admin VAs. We'll create a process of how we've done that, and then obviously we can offer that as well in the VA Academy. So not only sourcing VAs, but also administrative VAs for people who want that. So we'll build a team and create a whole on training course, coaching course that's going to support building VAs and for administration in an arbitrage business, which I think is going to be great. So looking forward to that. So that was Amazon UK. Let's move over to Amazon USA and my plans for August Amazon USA 2021. Now, let's put it this way. I am too busy every day and also, too lazy to want to do the purchasing every single day. I'm just bad. I really am. And I'm the problem. I'm the problem in my business right now. I have 3 sources and 1 admin VA. These guys are finding deals. I just don't have the time or the willingness to do it. I am bad. So what am I looking to do? Well, I'm looking to promote someone to a purchasing manager for my Amazon USA business. Now, we are looking for, a purchasing manager to take over day-to-day control of that Amazon USA business and the team of sources, and also our administrative VA as well. Now, they're going to be responsible for, cash control, company credit cards, responsibility of weekly spends, stock purchases, etc., etc. Now, what am I doing right now? Well, quite simply, I'm arranging interviews. I've got a couple of applications, I'm arranging interviews for that. And when I say we're looking to put someone in the role, we're looking to promote them. So internally within the company. So I'm going to have that and then obviously start the training in August. And hopefully my business can grow because I'm not in it. Now, in addition to this, building teams, one of the issues that we are planning to overcome is also cancelled orders from suppliers. Now, currently we've got problems with one of our suppliers and they are a big supplier. They represent a lot of spend. Now, we've been getting a number of cancelled orders from them and quite simply what have we done? Well, my team have been going through and changed all the variables, the name from Thomas Parkinson to Tom Parkinson, and then ordering one, seeing what happens. Now, interesting enough, when they used the Tom Parkinson, they got an order through for one item, it got delivered. We normally had lots of cancellations. Then they tried again with 30 quantity or quantity of 30, but now unfortunately that got cancelled as well. So we're going to go back and try it with 10, keep trying to see if we can get the supplier to start accepting our orders again, because it looks like maybe they've done some kind of hard block on who we are. So we've got to be careful of that. Long story short, we're trying to come up with solutions to overcome these problems. And you know what? I will give you an update on what's happening. But if you want to know some of the top tips about our plans on cancelled orders, what I also did was created a video called 3 reasons why your supplier is cancelling your orders. Check it out up there. I'll drop a link above. Really good video. Now, what do I plan for both USA and Amazon UK collectively? And I've mentioned this in the past in my previous plans, is that where I shared that I'm going to be looking for, a senior manager who is going to be managing directly day-to-day responsibility for both the UK and USA businesses. That's again taking me out. Now, simply he or she is going to be a duplicate of me. They will be my team's direct report, senior manager. And as a result, it means I will have less communication with the individual teams. And also as well, I won't be able to manage them so much alongside my other tasks as we grow the businesses. Now, if I'm going to expand the Amazon business, it's just going to be more and more work. So what am I looking for? A senior manager who's going to help me assist my teams in pushing my businesses further. Now, what I will do is I'll update you on the hiring process about that and how it's all going on. But currently I've got interviews booked for candidates with a lot of experience in the senior manager position. And hopefully this would really help us in building the Amazon businesses. So wish me luck. Now, in addition to hiring a senior manager, I've also asked my team not only to focus on profit, but also to bring profit, sales, purchases on both businesses, but also to focus on bringing value to the VA Academy. So basically, what does this mean? They're going to contribute, bring value to the VA Academy, which is a service we provide for hiring and sourcing VAs. Now, what I'm looking for is them to share their knowledge and experience within the Academy to provide better training sessions for our trainers. And as a result, the FastTrackFBA VA Academy is going to get better. Now, that being said, VAs will undergo training from the VA Academy can also benefit from that experience that my team has been able to build, obviously working in my Amazon businesses. Now, I just mentioned it there, the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. Now, if you don't know what it is, quite simply, this is a service I created whereby we have a team who are constantly finding, hiring, or finding, interview, hiring, recruiting, creating contracts, training, and supporting a manual sourcing VA to work in your business. Now, why did we do this? Well, quite simply, we had a lot of customers or a lot of our clients ask us if we could do it, because obviously I've got experience in doing that, having built 2 Amazon businesses now. Now, quite simply, over the last year and a half, we have placed over 200 VAs with our clients, and interestingly enough, we've supported them to grow their business. On average, if you want to know, every single client comes back for about 2 VAs. Why? Because they see the value in building a team. Like I said before, I am the biggest problem in my business, and you might be struggling. It might be time, it might be sourcing for deals, and that is one of the hardest things to do. So if you are looking for a VA that's going to help you find deals, give you deals every single day, Monday to Friday, who is trained and also supported, where we support the VA and we support you in getting the most out of them, then do check out the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. I'll drop a link down below. You can have a look on that page and book in a free 30-minute consultation call with one of my team to answer any questions you may have. Trust me, check it out. I think you're really going to like it. That's the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. Now, this leads me nicely onto my 3rd chapter, tips for successful planning. And I'm sharing this with you because I think it might be really beneficial for you when you're planning, hey, every August or another year. Now, as you might know, I've been doing these monthly plans ever since I started my Amazon business. And for me, plans take time and effort. And I'll go through many processes in that. So what I want to do now is share with you some of the tips, we say, from young entrepreneurs that I've seen and learned from, which I think will be more useful for you in implementing the plan. So what are they? Well, first things first, number 1, first know your goal, where you're going to be. So let's say, for example, in my case, my goal is to increase my sales. So what we want to do after that is to get started on planning on what we can do to achieve that. So now that might be like, should we say, understanding that my sales are based on my spend, and if I can increase my spend, that might be more deals. So just tracking that and putting measurables in place. Now, this tip really highlights the importance of brainstorming ideas and really understanding. So in my Amazon business, we're doing this in our meetings with our teams. We brainstorm ideas and we pick out ideas that we think are going to have the biggest impact on reaching our goals. And then once we've chosen an idea, we go and execute that plan around that idea. Now, if it doesn't work, we'll figure out where it went wrong or where it didn't work, and we'll try other options. So simply, we do a trial and error approach, and then we learn from it. So it's really, really important, but it's about taking really clearly defined action, setting goals, and working with your team to execute towards them. Now, the second thing I would include in there is the why. Now, there are times when we get, should we say, caught up in all the hard work that we're doing that it takes to achieve the goals that we're trying to achieve, the drive to make our business better, and then also sometimes we tend to forget why maybe we're working so hard. That is why, for me, it's really important to make more time to enjoy life and traveling. Now, if you don't know your why, then I really recommend taking some time out and really think about it and figure it out. And hey, my God, I've been thinking about it now for like 5 years and I'm still really thinking out. Really think about what exactly is my why, defining it. And this is because the why gives you the fuel to get where you want to be when you lose focus, or should we say lose steam. Life can be hard, business is hard, and it's that why that pushes you. So make sure you clearly define your why about doing it. Now, the third tip for you is to be, should we say, flexible in your planning. Now, what do I mean by that? Coming up with plans is easier than sticking to the plan itself. Now, in Amazon, should we say, in an Amazon business, things change, i.e. there are seasons when we're getting slow sales, and maybe if we create a plan, we prepare ourselves, so maybe we need to prepare ourselves for those issues. Now, we're going to encounter problems, and what we need to do is we need to incorporate into our plans the changes might happen and not really beat ourselves up about it. So look for the goal, just to understand in our plans, changes may need to happen as a result of the world is not perfect and we can't always understand everything. So change is inevitable and allows us to survive the tough parts of running an Amazon business. Now, what I will say is these are some of the top tips that I've shared with you about, successful planning, and I use them, I find them really beneficial. But if you want to learn some other top tips about being successful in Amazon, obviously doing FBA, what I'll do is I'll drop a video around here or a link to one, top tips on how to be successful in Amazon FBA 2021. Check it out, I think it's going to really help you. But what I will say is if you've liked this video, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. That means you're going to get notified when I release more and obviously scale your business. But for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.